U.S. forces. Now, I have always maintained I'm a fan of legal immigration. If you go through, you get your visa or whatever, you want to come to the United States of America, that's great. In this case, I think this guy should be accepted because he helped Marines fighting overseas. And he said when the time came for him to leave the place he was in, I believe it was Syria, he was denied a U.S. visa access for him and his family. Now he's moving from camp to camp, afraid to go back to his homeland because he thinks he's going to be murdered by the people who know that he helps the Marines. So this guy, I'd welcome him in, just like anybody who wants to come here for, good and positive means. Come on in. I have no issue with you as long as you do it the good and proper way. Now, finally, for our last story tonight, before we go into more special reports, I want to talk about the lowest common denominator. The No Child Left Behind, basically socialism in the classroom. They're now telling kids on the National Honor Society, you cannot represent the National Honor Society at your graduation. You can't wear the sash. If you win a big basketball tournament, you can't walk around with the trophy because you have to be the same as everybody else. And to this, I think you're lowering the bar to the point where, why would I even try to be on the National Honor Society if I'm just gonna be treated like everybody else? No, he did these things because he was a spectacular student and he should be recognized as such. Here's a look at that video.
So it's like, I don't know why we're not allowed to wear it. I don't get it.
His mom's frustrated too.
They deserve it. They worked so hard for it.
She wrote to the principal and says she got this message back. Graduates do not wear any club or organizational regalia. The National Honor Society sponsor told her the administration wants everyone to feel included in graduation and not single students out.
If you choose not to work that hard, then that's okay. I mean, I wasn't an HS kid.
And that's it for this segment. We'll be back right after this.
So I admire Pastor James David Manning for his courage. ATLAH, ATLAH.org. So God bless you, my friend. You heard my little 5-minute intro here. Do you think I mean, do you get my point of we need to punish these media whores and go after them and bring them down so the other liars know they're not safe?
Of course. And in fact, Alex, what you're saying with respect to Donald Trump's natural instinct to be truthful, to be powerful, to be fearless, that's natural for him. He doesn't have to think about that. He doesn't have to have people in the polls or premeditate what he's going to do. But the other thing, there's a scientific axiom that says for every action, there's an opposite and equal reaction. And that is true as well. As a result of Donald Trump's natural instinct to be powerful, to be truthful, to be fearless, it brings out the natural instinct of the media to be sleazy, to be skanks, to be liars, to be dishonest, to be deceitful. That's just the opposite reaction that they have to Trump. Now, you notice, if there's someone else, I don't know, is it Hillary Clinton or Bill Clinton or whoever the hell else that comes on, they treat them differently because their natural reaction is different. But with Trump, the media is just getting worse, and the stronger he gets, the more, I suppose, skanky or sleazy they become. So that's why that's happening as that is, and it's going to continue in that mode as well, as long as Trump is in the public spotlight.
You targeted Sharpton, and deservedly have really crippled him. I'd say he's 80% fallen. He deserves it. We're going after Williams, Couric, all these folks, not in a vindictive way. These are lying predators squatting on us.
Right.
And if we just start going after them, they always fall.
Hello? Are you there?
Yes, Pastor, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can.
Sorry, Skype blipped out. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, you're right. We need to go after them. We went after Sharpton, and let me say that we went after him, and God took him down. Listen, Alex, Sharpton had a 6 o'clock spot on MSNBC, drive time, people just getting home, watching the news for more than 3.5 years. We went after him. We went down to MSNBC and stood in front of the studio there at Rockefeller Center. For 8 hours, we stood in front of that studio and called Sharpton out. He wouldn't come out. In fact, all the other reporters that work for MSNBC went in another door. We found out exactly what door they go into when they go in to report for duty. Anyway, he came down. God took him down. We shut down a local restaurant. There's a very powerful restaurant here in New York City. We went before that restaurant one Sunday afternoon with our people out in front of that restaurant, telling them that they're advertising on Sharpton's broadcast. And we were there for 15 minutes, a hot 15 minutes. The manager, who was in someplace else, owner of the restaurant, called us in and said they'll never advertise on MSNBC again. He's gone. He's now at 8 o'clock on Sunday morning. There's nobody watching him now. It's just a matter of time now before he completely fades.
Sure, they say face. So that's what they did with that Piers Morgan guy.
Yeah, right. They gave him that, but he's gone. He's through. But we need to, I mean, you're going after Katie Couric. She needs to be going after. The truth of the matter is there's nothing left there. She's hanging on by a wing in the press. She's not entertaining. She's certainly not a good journalist.
Yeah, she makes fraudulent documentaries now.
Yeah, but you know, the other thing you were talking about how CNN, I've watched you on CNN on several times, and how they manipulate your presence there. But I was amazed that you were able to satellite broadcast, bring your own camera in to CNN, because, you know, they're very strict about that kind of thing. But I've watched them, how they manipulate. And they too, by the way, Alex, have a sense of evil, have a sense of lying and a sense of deception. We got to reach the people that watch CNN and let them know what's being done to them, that they're being brainwashed, that they're allowing
That's a great point. There's still a remnant of people that buy into mainstream media. Now, the general public's still somewhat asleep too, but they get their propaganda from entertainment and things that are embedded in media. That's why Obama goes on every show under the sun, from ESPN to Jimmy Fallon. How do we reach those people that are still in Zombo land, Pastor Manning?
Well, you know, we got to continue to do what we're doing. But I think one of the great ways that I reach them here is by stirring up the truth here in Harlem. I get the attention of the New York Times, and a lot of these people are New York Times readers or the CNN people. They're in that liberal mode. There is nothing too aggressive. But when you actually confront them with the truth, such as what I do, confronting black people, and it may be something that perhaps only I can do, because I'm able to confront black people in Harlem. I'm able to tell them the truth. I'm able to tell them about themselves, about their EBT cards, about their track phones, about their so-called black president. That gets the media stirred to the point where they come to talk to me. And that way I can get these same people that listen to CNN or watch CNN and get a little sentiments of truth in, if you will, a pieces of truth. But it's very difficult because they're insulated. And they've got the media coverage, so they don't let a person like yourself get to them, but we can get them.
Sure, and just to clarify, I would say that I'm not doing the interview unless I can have my own camera person there. I would then record what was really said. They would try to distort it later, and I would show what was really said. All right. And so then they just stopped interviewing me. Like you said, they're very controlling, period. And for years, I wasn't on until they agreed to have me live with Piers Morgan, and they cut that short as well. So that's why they never let me on live, because they want to act like it's live with the host, taped an hour before, edit it however they want, cut your audio off, play games, and try to make it look like you said things you didn't say.
You know, I saw a clip, I think it was on CNN a week or so ago, where, no, it was on MSNBC, where they were talking about how Trump was on your broadcast and how you, and trying to align Trump with being off the charts or loose cannon because he talks to Alex Jones. I was sitting there watching it, and that's exactly, I think it was MSNBC. Chris Matthews, you know that creep, that lowlife.
It's all over. Yeah, Slimeball's his name.
Yeah, that's okay.
He hosts the show Slimeball.
Yeah, okay, all right. But he's the one who said it. Oh, Trump, it talks to loose cannons like Alex Jones. Had your picture up there and had you, I mean, he stayed on you for a while. And the other little guy that comes on after him went after you as well. I said, why are they trying to skew Alex here
Because
tonight?
they know if Trump goes with hardcore Americana, he will win. They're trying to manipulate his campaign people to buy into the fact that, oh, don't go in the briar patch. And of course, Trump's smart. He's jumping in the briar patch because he knows that's where the populism is. Listen, behind the scenes.
But they may be thinking as well, Alex, that if Trump wins, which I think he's going to do, that's going to elevate your position to reach a lot of people because Trump is going to come to you.
You're right. The New York Times actually said that last week. They said it's horrible. Alex Jones.
And they're afraid of you. It's not Trump. They're afraid of, well, they are afraid of Trump, but they will be afraid of your influence.
And you too. It's just everybody that's straight talking. That's all we're doing. But the New York Times actually said that. They said the horror of Alex Jones being elevated and legitimate, and they said it appears it's already happened.
Right.
Look, I mean, the whole Pentagon listens. Of course it already happened.
Absolutely. So that's the thing they're afraid of. And I think that's the thing that needs to happen in America. You know, it has been reported throughout history that, you know, you rise, you fall, you go up, you go down. Kingdoms come and kingdoms fall. And it's
Their era is ending. Their era is ending. Is that what you're saying?
That's all I'm trying to say. That's exactly what I'm saying.
So what's coming, my friend?
Well, I think persons such as yourself are coming, and modestly, I'd like to think that I'm coming as well. Modestly, I'd like to say. But to be sure, persons like yourself are coming. Drudge needs more exposure as well, because they beat Drudge down. We need Breitbart out there more effectively as well. And I think once we get that kind of an American patriotic, if you will, with a godly Christian base, dealing with America again, we can see America. In fact, Trump is going to need you, Breitbart and Drudge, to make America great again. Hell, the New York Times is not going to help him. Wall Street Journal, Washington Post, they're not going to help him. So he's going to need people like
Sure, if
ourselves.
they endorse him, that will hurt him. And they're just now figuring out 6% of the public trust mainstream media. But getting aside Alex Jones or Matt Drudge, because we're all in this fight like you to fight tyranny, we're just manifestations, our growing success, and the establishment's fear that they have no credibility. It's not that we're that good, it's that they're that bad. As you said earlier, Trump just naturally, somebody charges the stage, he runs at them. Somebody gets in his face and lies about him, he says, you're a piece of garbage, liar. They're so scared of the fact, but then when they get around evil people like Hillary or Obama or Michael Moore, they all just fawn over each other. In fact, I know 2 people that know the heir to the Astor fortune, tens of billions of dollars, folks, in hidden assets and things like that. CIA operative Anderson Cooper, folks, look it up. He's really CIA and disinformation operative.
His mother's Gloria Vanderbilt. You know who his mother is, Gloria Vanderbilt. That's who his mother was. I think she's deceased now.
Absolutely. So he's the heir to that. And I know multiple people that know him, and I'm going to stop there. He had a driver for 3 years that he never talked to, and people that work for him are told, don't look him in the eye. He doesn't give people bonuses reportedly. And it's the same with Hillary and all of them. These people don't, like Hillary, they don't pay their taxes. They steal money from charities. I'm about Hillary now. You can't look him in the eye. They're the most hateful, anti-liberal people on earth.
Joe Biggs here with INFOWARS.com. Now I'm just now leaving Long Beach, where the Milo event is going to be today. I've actually got to head back up to UCLA, where police are reporting. You can see police speeding by right now. There is currently an active shooter at the UCLA campus, where I was at last night with Milo Yiannopoulos and Ruben from the Ruben Report in Baked, Alaska. We're covering a free speech event. There was a bomb threat called in. Apparently, they just found out about this morning. And there's tons of police driving by right now, heading out here to this event. There's already a few people that are said to have been shot. And there's also the active shooter is still happening right now. It looks like all the police in Southern California are being called up to go and see what's happening at this shooting. So I will be heading up there as fastly as possible to report on the shooting at the UCLA campus. Joe Biggs here with INFOWARS.com. Now I'm at the UCLA campus, where earlier today there was an active shooter. The whole campus went on lockdown, and here we are hours later. You can see they've now released the students. The police are starting to pull back a little bit. There's still a large presence of police officers, but there are students coming by. Hey, how long are you guys on lockdown for in there?
3 hours? 2 hours? Yeah.
So when it first happened, did anybody kind of give you a heads up as to what was going on, or were you just kind of like, all right, what's going on, and you're sitting there with your thoughts to yourself?
I think like one student got an email and just told the entire class. We just shut everything down, and we were in the basement already, so we felt pretty safe.
Yeah. You guys weren't worried at all? What about you? How'd you guys feel?
No, we felt pretty safe. We were in the basement area. Our class was 3 hours long, so we just were learning the whole time. Everyone knew what was going on, and we just got like texts, and people are just hearing rumors. So it was safe, though.
Did you guys give you an update as to what happened, though?
Yeah, well, we were getting updates through like the news, because we all had computers. Yeah. So then we were looking at the news, and then when class was over, we just watched the news and just sat there.
How does that feel to actually be on campus at a place where you see this kind of stuff, where you're usually watching it, and you have to watch the news for your own campus where you're at? It's got to be pretty intense.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. Everyone was just like pretty like nervous at the same time, but everyone was kind of like
pretty calm.
Yeah, people were calm though. Yeah.
How'd you feel?
I reiterate what they say. It was pretty calm. Our professor did a good job of just keeping the classroom in check and not like letting rumors and word of mouth get to our heads.
Well, that's good. Right on, guys. I won't keep you too long. Have a good one. Hey, how's it going? So as you can see, more students are coming out. Last night, Milo and myself were up here. There was a free speech event. Milo was actually on stage with Ruben from Ruben Report, talking about how feminism is cancer, this and that. And here we are the next day. We have this active shooter situation on the campus. And also another interesting thing that happened last night as well was at the very end when Milo, Baked Alaska, and the rest of his crew walked off, they left, they decided to go back inside the venue where they were at, and there was actually a bomb threat called in on that as well. Can I talk to you real quick?
For sure.
So how long have you been on lockdown?
Almost 3 hours now.